Hi. So today, if you saw my last video, you'll know that I'll be looking at my Power Rangers DVD collection. Now, heads up, I just got through the flu, so if my voice doesn't sound right, that's why. So with that, let's cut to the desk and show off what I got. Okay, so just a heads up, I'm going to go in order of what came out in terms of what was released at the time. And the oldest thing I have is actually the first movie. Yeah, like I said, I never watched Mighty Morphin, but I did see the movie. And if you want to know how I feel about the movie, well, you can go watch my video on it. Here's the DVD I have of said movie with a tagline that only was said once. And a pretty nice disc, actually. I really like the disc art on this. In terms of bonus features, there's not much. I remember there being a featurette explaining how they made the movie. Next up, the 2 volumes I have of Power Rangers in Space. Also, I actually haven't opened these yet. Yeah, one Christmas, I believe my brother got me these because they're on my wish list, which, thanks to you, by the way. But I never watched it yet, even though I hear this is debatably the best season of Power Rangers. However, if you remember an older video I made, I did look at one episode of this season, that being the Ninja Turtle crossover. And if you're wondering how I got the footage despite these still being in the plastic, that DVD thankfully had it as a bonus episode. And yeah, the backs and fronts of these are kind of exactly the same, just the color's different. The only major difference is that on this one right here, it says the first 22 episodes, and this one here says the final 21 episodes. So, altogether, it's like 42 episodes this season. Haven't watched it yet, but I hear it's one of the best, and I'm really excited to finally check it out once I have time. Next up that I have, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. This says here includes all 40 episodes. And unlike the last one I showed you, I actually opened this one. Yeah, this set here is 5 discs. They all just say Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue Disc 1 to 5. But on the inside here, it actually gives you the episode list. Which, I'll admit, is really useful if you want to look for a certain episode. Anyways, this was Lightspeed Rescue. Next up, Time Force, a season I feel like I paid too much money for. Yeah, there was a time when the company Shout Factory that was making these DVDs, there was a little rumor these might go out of print, so I kind of tried to grab a couple seasons I never saw before, including this one. But that rumor proved to be false, so I ended up paying a bit more than I probably should have for this. Nonetheless, like I said before, includes all 40 episodes. Same deal, the episode lists, and all the discs. And, not gonna lie, this was actually a really good season. I can see why this one was a fan favorite. Next up, the last of the Saban seasons, Power Rangers Wild Force. Now, this one is debatably a Disney season because it was around this time that Disney accidentally bought Saban and all of its properties. So, people can't tell if they count this as a Disney season or not. Once again, includes all 40 episodes. Oh yeah, another thing about these see-through cases, they tend to fall apart, and I more or less just shoved the broken pieces inside of it. But yeah, once again, 5 discs, including all the episodes, and once again, episode list. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah. Okay, right here, episode 34. Let me see if I can zoom into that one. Yeah, 34, Forever Red. This is honestly one of my favorite episodes in the entire franchise. If you've seen it, you'll know why. Just shove these broken pieces back in. Also, heads up, there is more broken DVDs yet to come in this video. Next up, the first season of the Disney era, Power Rangers Ninja Storm, a season I didn't really care for as a kid, but once I bought this DVD and gave the season a shot, it actually wasn't that bad. Includes all 38 episodes. Yeah, little heads up, the seasons actually get shorter from here, so yeah, little heads up. Once again, includes the episode listings and all the discs. Now, the next season, I actually own the original volumes too, instead of just one of these season sets. Well, I do have it. You'll see what I mean. That, of course, being Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Yeah, I actually do have all 5 of the original volumes for this season. Let me go through them one by one. Day of the Dino, which is obviously Volume 1, includes I remember the first 3 episodes, and for some reason, as 2 bonus episodes, the final 2 episodes of Ninja Storm. Yeah, I picked this up during my first trip to New York. It was fun watching this in the hotel on a laptop. Also, it's one of these DVDs you have to open up the sides before you can get to the disc. Next up, Volume 2, Legacy of Power, and given the episodes on this volume, that's a well-fitting title. Here's the back. A bit of bonus features, like something called Ninja Moves and Virtual Trading Cards. That's kind of weird. Here's the disc, mostly the stuff on the back. Next up, DVD that's sentimental to me, but not exactly. Volume 3, White Thunder. I got this really cheap at a used DVD store, and yeah, this DVD is special to me, or more or less is, because this DVD was my introduction to Power Rangers. Yeah, one day, me and my brother were just watching stuff, then our mom came home from Blockbuster and rented this DVD for us. Yeah, we didn't know what Power Rangers was at the time. She just rented it, and when we checked it out, we just loved it. Like, the episodes on this DVD were just great. Okay, I thought the first one was a bit weak, but once the White Ranger storyline kicked in, it was just awesome, like, all the way through. Now, the next 2 are actually even more special to me because I'm showing them here, and yes, as you can see, they are very faded, but as you can see right here, hang on, let me just zoom in real good. Yeah, these are the exact DVDs we rented from our local Blockbuster before it shut down. And when it was shutting down, they were selling a lot of their old stuff for pretty cheap, and we bought the 2 Dino Thunder DVDs they had there since we rented them so much. Now, right here we got Volume 4. I could barely read this because of the, well, Blockbuster sticker. Actually, is it here? Oh, here we are, Collision Course. I don't remember the exact amount of episodes on this DVD, but I do remember as these went along, they did include more episodes. Here's Volume 5. This one's called Triassic Triumphs. Makes sense, given how this is where we get the Triassic Shield. Here's the back, showing all the Rangers except the black one. Now, one thing about these DVDs, which is a cool bonus feature, it actually comes with a teaser trailer for Power Rangers SPD, which does have some original footage, which unfortunately in the next DVD set we're going to show off actually doesn't have it. So yeah, these do still have value for that bonus feature. And heads up, I don't own the volumes to any other season. I just got these ones because, one, I rented these a lot, and these ones I just wanted to complete the set, and unfortunately, altogether, this only covered half of Dino Thunder. But thankfully, I would, of course, buy the complete season of Dino Thunder years later when they finally started releasing these season sets. Now, about these sets, they were originally released in box sets which had like 5 seasons apiece, and me and my brother just wanted the Dino Thunder one since this was our favorite season. But for some reason, at the time, I remember seeing this on its own on eBay for like $80. But thankfully, they started releasing them on their own, and you can actually find these season sets to most of the show for pretty dirt cheap. Anyway, here's Dino Thunder. Includes all 38 episodes. once again, 5 DVDs, all the same logo, just, the color's different, and the episode list. It's kind of funny, like, this has 5 DVDs containing the whole season, while these volumes here are 5 discs, but only contain half of it. I love these season sets. They're so compact, and they really help with space. Next up, a season that took me a while to get used to, but now I label as one of my favorites, Power Rangers SPD. And if you're wondering what SPD stands for, it stands for Space Patrol Delta. Just want to let you know. This here includes all 38 episodes, a picture of one of the villains, and all the Rangers unmorphed. Here's the inside, once again, all the discs. Okay, one thing strange about this DVD is that, let me just see here. Yeah, it's on the final disc, and they have a couple episodes right here. Let me just see if I can focus here. Yeah, here we are. History and Wormhole. Now, these episodes are technically the crossover episodes with the previous season, but I don't know, like, it's hard to place where they go, because I remember once watching this season on Netflix, and they have Wormhole as the final episode, but here, they just have it right after History. Yeah, I think from what I remember, there were some filming conflicts going on, and where they wanted to place the episodes, they were not really certain, and given this DVD here, I guess they decided to just put them next to each other, seeing as how they are both technically crossovers. I don't know, despite that weird little thing, I do legit think these are good DVDs. Next season, Power Rangers Mystic Force. The season I mostly remember as the one where they gave the Rangers capes. And this is here we can see the seasons are getting shorter, because this one has 32 episodes instead of 38 like the last two, or 3. And instead of 5 discs, we now just have 4. Also, fun fact about this season, this was actually the final season to actually have a 3-part episode. Yeah, The Dark Wish, that was the last time they did a 3-part storyline in Power Rangers. I mean, there was kind of one later, but they kind of had to do it through loopholes in the filming contract. Yeah, that was kind of sad. We never got multi-parters much after this again. Next up, a season most people don't like, but I grew to enjoy it once I checked it out again. That being Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. Yeah, this DVD set is pretty banged up because like a chunk of the bottom is missing. Like I said before, for some reason with these see-through cases, like they just seem to break easily. Anyways, once again, 4 discs, and this time 32 episodes. Once again, I didn't like this season when I first saw it, but I grew to like it again. Also, I always liked the 2-part episode Once a Ranger. It was a good 15th anniversary special, where they just got like 5 Rangers from random seasons and put them together like a B team, or at least the new team once these guys lose their powers for a bit. Now this season here I remember really liking, Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Oh, I almost forgot something. Yeah, when getting these DVDs together, I almost forgot to include this. I actually own the first volume of Power Rangers Jungle Fury, Into the Jungle. Yeah, now this season I think is interesting because when this season was out, me and a couple of my family members actually took a trip to Disney World, and I bought this when I was at the park. Pretty cool, huh? And I do remember this coming with a decent selection of episodes, as well as some trading cards I don't think are still in here. They're not, and the disc is very bland. But yeah, almost forgot to include this one. Now here's the actual DVD set for Power Rangers Jungle Fury. As you can see, it has the 3 main Rangers along with the 2 extra ones, and I don't know, given the other seasons which only had 3 Rangers, I'm surprised they included them, even though Dino Thunder had the Black Ranger with them. Anyways, Includes all 32 episodes. Once again, 4 discs. Also, another fun thing about Jungle Fury, this was actually the very first season I caught the final episode on TV when it first aired. Pretty neat. Next up is Power Rangers RPM, and unlike SPD, I don't know what this one means, but yeah, I have a weird relation with this season because I was still loving Power Rangers as a kid, and this was the final Disney season before they sold the rights back to Saban, and yeah, I remember watching the first episode when it aired, and I just hated it. I was just so bored wondering when the Rangers would show up, but yeah, because of that, I never really gave this season a fair shot until I found it through this DVD, and yeah, a lot of people said this was one of the best seasons of Power Rangers, and after watching it finally, I honestly can't deny it. This was a really good season. Okay, so the next DVD is kind of a weird one because it's actually a Halloween special, Trick or Treat, which has an episode of Power Rangers Samurai, Power Rangers Megaforce, Mighty Morphin, and a Zeo episode, which is not, well, shown too well. And yeah, this is just 4 random Halloween-y episodes, and yeah, that's not really much to it. We just found this in a bargain bin and figured, why not? And I actually did watch this DVD again this October, which I'll admit, I did have fun having this play while I handed out candy to kids. Now, the next season is, once again, one I never opened, but I'm glad I have. It's Power Rangers Dino Charge. Yeah, it was around this point where once Saban bought it back, they started labeling, like, seasons 1 and 2 of the show as just the regular season, and then they just call it Super. Like, here we have Dino Charge, and on the bottom here it's Dino Supercharge, which is season 2. Yeah, they weren't allowed to make as many episodes this time around, so as a way to adapt the seasons of Super Sentai better, they would just split the show into 2 seasons, just so they can have enough episodes to adapt it properly. And this box here is just the 2 season sets, Power Rangers Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge. And like I said before, I haven't opened these, I just bought them because I actually really liked this season when I checked it out one time on Netflix, and I'm just kind of glad to just have it. So I always thought Keeper looked weird. Yeah, there's more of these types of sets. Like there's one for Samurai, which I really want, and one for Megaforce, which I honestly couldn't care less about. But, I'm glad to have at least one of the Neo Saban seasons. Okay, now for the final Power Rangers DVD I have. It's, well, the 2017 movie, which was my previous video, so if you want to know how I feel about the movie itself, go watch it, but I don't know why, I feel like this cover is false advertising, because it's all colorful and it looks like fun, but if you watch the movie, it's nothing like this. If anything, the back is more accurate, because it's all dark and desaturated, and all the screenshots from the movie aren't bright at all. At least it has disc art, so that's something. Now, if you don't include all the little volumes, this is what all my Power Rangers DVDs looked like together. And yeah, I know it's a sort of a mess. Like, this was released by Fox, the rest is released by Shout Factory, at least everything up to here, like from In Space to RPM, and these were released, I believe, by E1 Entertainment. And I will admit, I do like how Shout Factory kind of had a consistent pattern with these, with the Rangers where it goes from green, yellow, red, blue, pink, green, and then it just starts up again. So I'll admit, that's funny, except for In Space, these are just the volumes. Now, I do have more than this, because if you remember my video when I looked at the very first movie, I did say this show was using another Japanese series, that being Super Sentai, which I do have DVDs of, so stick around. I'm going to show those off next. Now, once again, I will go in chronological order of when each of the seasons came out back in Japan, so And I also don't own all the DVD sets released by Shout Factory, so there are some gaps, like you saw here, like I don't have Mighty Morphin. So, to start things off, here's Jetman. Yeah, one of the seasons they actually released was actually seasons that were never turned into Power Rangers. Like this season here, which, yeah, I'm covering the price tag for how much I paid for this because I haven't opened this yet. Like, some of the plastic is falling off, but yeah, here's Jetman. Includes all 51 episodes. And I always hear good things about this season. Like, people debate, like, how RPM was a good season of Power Rangers. People debate this is the best season of Super Sentai. So, yeah, if I ever get the time to see this, I actually am looking forward to it. So, yeah, here's Super Sentai Jetman. The next season you might be more familiar with, Zyuranger, which, okay, judging by the front cover and the blurry image on the bottom, you probably can't tell what this is. Well, if I turn it around, yep, this was the season used to make the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And unlike most of these DVD sets, this one actually had a bonus feature. It actually had the Power Morphicon panel. Anyways, open it up. All the discs are just the front cover, just with the disc 1 and so on, but the back of these do have, like, screenshots from the show. However, I hate where the episode list is, because it's right under disc 1. And if you want to see more, well, we got to remove the final disc if you want to see the rest of the episode list. And yes, as you can see, this is 10 discs instead of, like, these DVDs here where they had, like, 4 or 5. Yeah, these seasons were usually 50 episodes apiece, so yeah, Power Rangers had a lot to adapt whenever they got one of these. Next season we have is Dairanger, which is a season that was sort of adapted into Power Rangers. Like I said in my movie video, the only thing they really took from this season was the White Ranger, as well as the Zords, but yeah, I watched half this season. Like, I did watch Zyuranger, but this one, I only watched, like, maybe half of it. Like, life kept getting in the way, and I never got to finish it. But I do remember liking what I saw. Oh, good, different disc art. Instead of just the logo, it's each of the different Rangers. And yes, they did have a little kid as the White Ranger in this season. And once again, if you want to see the episode list, you gotta remove some discs. Darn, this one's not going in. Right here, see? Anyways, that was Dairanger, which, I'll admit, it does have a catchy theme song if you're ever curious to check it out. The next season we're going to look at is Kakuranger, and if you can tell by the suits, this was the season they used for the miniseries Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, as well as some of the giant robots from season 3 of Mighty Morphin. So again, open it up. Episode list is right under disc 1, along with some screenshots from the show. Side, same deal. Here we got a group shot of the whole team. Now, just a little fun fact in case you didn't know. Yeah, these 3 seasons here, this is what was used to make Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Which is weird that I have these and not that show. Now, here's where I start to have gaps. I don't own O-Ranger, but I do have Car Ranger. Yeah, my brother got this for me as a gift because I saw some funny moments on YouTube and thought it'd be fun for me to have this. Once again, it's in the plastic, so I kind of don't want to open this until I actually want to watch this season. However, this time it has 8 DVDs instead of the 10 which the others had. Once again, I have a few more gaps, but the next one I have right here is Time Ranger. And unlike the Power Ranger DVD, they do include the Quantum Ranger. Okay, that's not what he's called, but I've never seen this season yet, so I don't really know the Sixth Ranger's name. And here it says includes all 51 episodes. Also, I do kind of love how all these DVDs have this little tagline that goes, before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai. That's actually kind of cool. I really like the little detail. Next one we're going to look at, I did open, that being Aba Ranger. Hang on. Yep. Now, this season, I was really excited for because, like I've said multiple times already, Dino Thunder was my favorite season of Power Rangers, so getting to see the Japanese show that was used to make it was a big deal for me. And, quite frankly, I actually really enjoyed this. I thought Aba Ranger was a really great season. Ah, they stopped having different artwork. However, they do have a better episode guide. Like, everything's all on the one side, so that's good. I don't have to go back and forth. But the disc art is pretty bland now. It's just the team of the Rangers, or group shot of the Rangers. And on the bottom of the other side, we have some more screenshots from the show. Also, I find it funny how in the cover of this, it includes the White Ranger, even though in Aba Ranger, he didn't become a good guy until, like, maybe the second last episode, and even then, he died in that same episode. Next up, Deca Ranger, which is what was used to make Power Rangers SPD. Yeah, I was getting really excited to buy these now, since, like I said, the Disney era of Power Rangers is what I grew up with, so seeing the Japanese versions of those seasons was fun for me, but unfortunately, this was the last season of Super Sentai that was released by Shout Factory, and there isn't any news to release more, which is sad because I have been loving these. I mean, yeah, the picture quality is a bit iffy, but other than that, I am having fun just watching these. Okay, that's where I just had two giant screenshots here, and then the episode list here. Well, at least I don't have to remove a disc this time, so that's good. Okay, so these next two I'm going to show off are bootlegs, but okay, given how hard it is to watch any foreign shows legally, I don't feel too guilty. Like, I did buy these, so if they ever continue to make these, I will buy the official DVD. But as for now, here are the two seasons, or at least the one season I have a bootleg of. That being Gokaiger. Yeah, it's in one of these DVDs where it opens up. I don't really get it. But yeah, this is the... Well, this was the 35th anniversary season where it involved these space pirates being able to turn to Rangers from the past 35 years. Not gonna lie, this was awesome. Anyways, it opens up like this, and the main cover is just Gokai red, green, and pink. Yeah, and there's not even yellow and blue on the back. It's just a random shot from the season. And they somehow managed to cram all 51 episodes on 3 discs. Not gonna lie, the picture quality on this is kind of bad, and the subtitles are also kind of iffy, but I don't know. I liked Gokaiger to the point where I want to own it, well, pretty fast. And the other bootleg I have is its first movie. Yeah, the 199 Great Hero Battle, which, okay, if you've seen that famous image of that army of Rangers, yeah, this was the movie it came from. And honestly, this movie was awesome since not only is it just so many heroes all in one movie, but it's also kind of a crossover movie between Gokaiger and Goseiger. Yeah, I actually watched this movie again recently, and I just had a great time with it. Once again, these are bootlegs. I know that, but like you've seen with the other DVDs, if they ever do release official DVDs of these, I will happily buy them. And frankly, since they're not doing anything about it, I technically don't feel guilty owning these. Anyways, you saw Power Rangers, and right now, here's all my Super Sentai DVDs. And just for fun, I'm going to show you one more thing. Now for fun, I kind of want to just show you the only season that actually have both the Power Rangers and the Super Sentai version. The oldest season being, well, Power Rangers Time Force and Time Ranger. Once again, I'm going to hide the price tag. Yeah, like, I do, like, have both these seasons. I just haven't gotten around to watching both of them yet. Like, I really like Time Force, so I do want to see Time Ranger. Next one being, of course, Abaranger and Power Rangers Dino Thunder. And, like I said, I find it funny because, like, this was kind of a three-man team, but the DVD included the Black Ranger, probably because he's the same actor who was Tommy in the original show. But it was the Super Sentai DVD that included the White Ranger, which is weird because in the Power Rangers version, the White Ranger actually kind of became a good guy halfway through, while as Abaranger, he was evil for most of it. Now, if you've watched Dino Thunder, you'll know the funny workaround they used, given the fact that, well, they were still using Japanese footage. But yeah, this is another season I have both English and Japanese version. I pretend I did that in backwards order. And the last one being, well, Deca Ranger and Power Rangers SPD, which I didn't notice this right away when we got this set, but apparently they got lazy and just reused the shot from the Rangers from this DVD. Seriously, they're in the exact same pose and everything. They just kind of copy and pasted it and got lazy. But I did really love Deca Ranger, so I'm not complaining too much. So, yeah, these are the three seasons I've owned both an English and Japanese version of. So, this is all of my Super Sentai and Power Ranger DVDs. And unfortunately, at the time of me making this video, Power Rangers kind of had its ending with Cosmic Fury, and right now in Japan, Super Sentai, after being on the air for like over 50 years, is now ending. So, yeah, it's kind of a little sad that Power Rangers is coming to an abrupt end. And the sad thing is, over here in the West, the only thing they could think to do to make more money is just AI upscale the original show and just make new toys off it. Which I think is the reason why I don't own Mighty Morphin, because whenever people think Power Rangers, they just immediately go to that. Well, for me, there's so many other seasons that people just don't talk about, or at least the people who own the rights to it. It's always Mighty Morphin Power Rangers this, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that. But for me, there are so many other Ranger teams that I really like, but just get no attention. Despite that, I do love this franchise, and it being, well, all over the place is part of why I like it and why I think it's lasted for so long, because like you saw here, like, there's so many different teams that it's easy for someone to just pick a season, jump in, and whether they like it or not is kind of up to chance. I don't know, I miss that about Power Rangers, and I'm kind of sad to see it go, but I'm happy with what we've had. And at the time of making this video, it's, well, December. And seeing as how this year I've made a lot of Ben 10 videos, I plan on making just one more. So come back next time where we do my one Christmas video for the year. I usually do two, but this year I'm just doing the one. So I hope you come back and have a good time with it.